The next letter is Ta. The makhraj of Ta is the tip of the tongue when touching the roots of the upper two front teeth. So this is in the same group as Ta and Dal. However, Ta is one of the 7 letters that will always be full mouth. So let's go through these. Ta, Tu, Ti. Ta, Tu, Ti. Next is Dha. The makhraj of Dha is the tip of the tongue when touching the edge of the upper two front teeth, which is in the same group as Tha and Dhal. So remember, you have to stick your tongue out. However, Dha is also one of the 7 letters that will always be full mouth. So it will be very soft, so you will feel your breath out of your mouth, while at the same time it's full mouth. So, Dha, Dhu, Dhi. Dha, Dhu, Dhi. The next letter is Ayn. The makhraj of Ayn is the center of the throat, and we did another letter from the center of the throat, which is Ha. So remember, the center of the throat is this part right here. So far we've had 2 letters here. We've had Ha and Ayn. So again, try to visualize it. Put your finger on this on your throat at the center and try to pronounce it. Ah, ah. You have to put some pressure, and this is also a tricky letter. It takes beginners a little bit of time to get used to it. Really flex the center of your throat. Ah, ru, ri, ah, ru, ri. And the next letter is Ghain. So the makhraj of Ghain is the top of the throat near to the mouth. Again, this is the second letter from the top of the throat. The first one we did was Kha. So the top of the throat was right here. The 2 letters we did here were Kha and Ghain. Gha, Ghu, Ghi. Ghain is also one of the 7 letters that will be full mouth. At the end, after we finish this chapter, there will be a short acronym so you can remember all the 7 letters. So don't worry too much about that right now. The next letter is Fa. The makhraj of Fa is when the inner portion of the lower lip touches the edge of the upper 2 front teeth. So it's fairly straightforward. Fa is your top teeth, touches your bottom lip. So this is your lip. It's the same as the English letter F. Fa, Fa, Fu, Fi. Next is Qaf. The makhraj of Qaf is when the extreme back of the tongue touches the palate. So what is the extreme back? Let's draw our tongue. So the extreme back would be right here, complete back, and near your uvula, the little flesh that hangs at the back of your mouth. This is the extreme back. So to pronounce it, try to put some pressure on it as well. Qa, qa, qu, qi, qa. And since qaf is also one of the 7 letters that is full mouth, make sure you raise your tongue as well. Qa, qu, qi. Next is kaf. So the makhraj of kaf is when the back of the tongue touches the palate. So remember, the difference is not as far back as qaf. So it will still be the back, however, kaf will be around here. So this is qaf, this is kaf. Ka, ka, and kaf is not full mouth, so you can keep your tongue at the bottom of your mouth. Ka, ka, ku, ki. Next is lam and noon. The makhraj of lam and noon is the edge of the tongue when touching the gums of the upper front teeth. So it will actually touch multiple. Remember, ra was 4 the upper four front teeth, while these lam and noon will touch multiple. So let's get the edge of your tongue again was this whole part here, and if you were to touch tongue would be across this whole part. Lam, lam, noon, la, lu, li, na, nu, ni. The makhraj of mim is the dry part of the lips. Ma, mu, mi. You don't have to take your lips all the way inside your mouth to emphasize it, but the difference is very small. If this is your lip, remember ba was from the moist part. Mim would, if ba is from here, mim would just be a little bit more head. Ma, 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 mu, mi. Okay, so next is wow. The makhraj of wow is the incomplete meeting of the lips. It is important to remember that the lips must form a circle when pronouncing wow. So what is the incomplete meeting of the lips? So if someone were to look at you from this view, and these are your lips, the space here is the incomplete meeting. So the space in between your lips is where the letter wow is pronounced from. Wow, wow. You will have to stick out your lips a little bit. Wow, to pronounce it. Wa, woo, we, wa, woo, we. Form a circle like, see this part right here was a circle. Next is Hamza and Ha. The makhraj of Hamza and Ha is the lowest part of the throat closest to the chest. So we haven't done the lowest part yet. The lowest part closest to the chest is this part right here, where your throat meets your chest. And we said there were two letters from here, Hamza and Ha. So this, remember from the center of the throat, the two letters were Ha and Ain. These are from the center, and this from the bottom. Now Ha, when you pronounce it, is just a breath. There's absolutely no obstacle. It's a breath that just comes out. You don't flex your muscles anywhere. It's probably one of the easiest letters to pronounce. It's just a breath. Ha, ha. While Hamza is when you say ah, 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 ah. Now you will find a lot of words in the Quran as well where you have to switch between the center and the bottom. For example, when you say A'udhu, right? So this right here is a Hamza, at the bottom of the throat, and the center of the throat is Ain. So it's a little bit tricky to switch from the bottom to the middle, but with practice it will come, inshallah. A'u, a'u. So let's go through these. U, E, and Ha, Hu, He. Okay. And the last thing, the acronym to remember all the 7 letters is Khussa, Loghatin, Qilf. So these are all the 7 letters that will be foam off.